We've ended up in this particular cluster with farms that are somewhat geographically separate from one another. Some are really close to the coast, much more low-lying, whereas some are further inland.
We've got a really good group of farmers. They're really enthusiastic. They've got great ideas. I actually love being a farmer cluster facilitator. I love the interaction with the farmers because everyone's got something to say and you need to take on board what they're saying.
My father was a farmer before me. My son is a farmer now, and I can't just make a quick buck and move on. That's not what farming is about. And circumstances change, climate changes, and we need to adapt to all those things. To look after the whole process, not just from 1 year, but over the decades.
There's certainly more talk about the environment, climate change obviously, and bugs that we used to take for granted on your number plate on your car. I think also soils. That's increasingly a subject that's discussed far more. There are certainly changes on the go. Perhaps it's an age thing, I don't know, but you start wondering, we need to correct some of these things.
One of the biggest things that I think we need to champion is increasing the organic matter in our soil.
We're trying to throw biodiversity a lifeline. Farmers are interested in soil health and improving pollinators. So we've talked about tillage methods. I brought people in to talk to the farmers, shown them how to do worm pits, so we've done worm counts, and they've been trying to improve the landscape by sowing wildflowers.
With various mixes that we use, either on a field basis or on a margin surrounding a field. It's all been quite successful and it certainly helps soil structure and increases in hoverflies, birds and bees.
Lots of farmland birds that were previously very common species are in decline. Even wood pigeon is on the amber list now, but it is also really vital that we work on pollinators. There's been a general decline of about 70% in insects, which is quite concerning. We've got some fantastic farms that are really doing their bit, making the field margins thicker, putting various flowering seed mixes into them. Really works wonders for the birds because it helps the insect populations. Nearly all of these birds are dependent on insects.
I think corn buntings is a classic example. On a particular farm, we didn't find any at the beginning. Now we're starting to see some.
It's been a real privilege to monitor corn bunting on these surveys that I've been doing for the last 3 years and actually see the species increase or numbers being sustained.
We've been doing vegetation surveys, insect surveys, and we're starting to see some interesting results from that.
In the control farms, there's been a lot lower numbers of pollinators, whereas in the framework project farms with wildflowers, as you might expect, there's been a lot more.
With yields monitoring and our own monitoring, we may tweak it for the following year. So it's good for us to know that what we're doing actually works.
The good thing about the cluster is that it's shared knowledge. You get to know your neighbours a bit better, you maybe open up and you share knowledge, and hopefully that improves our farming practices and our environmental credibility as well.
If you want to try and improve environmental sustainability, attempt to address problems we've got with biodiversity loss, that really needs to happen at a scale larger than the individual farm for reasons that go beyond the environmental to the social. The farmers have to be well connected.
It is good to meet like-minded people in a more casual setting, especially if there's a big cream sponge involved.